Hello and welcome to the show. We have a fantastic show for you today, so sit back and relax, and you know the drill. You got maybe 30 seconds or so if you don't have your pen and paper, because you might want to take notes on all this great information that we're giving you coming from Pitt Community College. Of course, that great jewel that sit right here in your community, Pitt Community College. We have something there for you. And as always, prepare yourself to come to Pitt Community College, because as always we have that one seat available that we cannot give away, because we have your name attached to it waiting on you. So regardless of everything that you hear at Pitt Community College about how crowded it is, there's no parking, when you go over there on campus for all these classes with all these people, doesn't matter, we're still one person short. And ironically, that person is you. So prepare yourself to come to Pitt Community College. Your place is there. It will be there until you register and get into the classes that you need, and pass the word on that we're waiting on you. Now, today we have in the studio, it's a little long, but I am elated to have her here. Enlightened, and I can't even think of the adjectives I want to use to welcome Miss Kandie Smith to the show, our city councilwoman. And she's here today because we got some great things going on. For her, where Pitt Community College is a partner with the city of Greenville, of
Yes,
course, who we love and they love us, and it's
we do.
it's just a happy thing here, you know. But there are some things that are going on that we wanted to discuss a few minutes today. So, like I said, take a few notes or whatever, and make sure you pass this information on to people who really need this information and can use it on what's great that's going on at Pitt Community College. So, Ms. Smith, you're here, but I will
Yes.
let you start instead of me on what's going on with the city of Greenville and Pitt Community College.
Well, first, I want to say thank you so much for allowing me to come to help spread the word, because many times education is the key, as you stated. And I know that Pitt Community College does so much for our community. And we have all of these programs that you offer. They can certify, and it would prepare them to be job ready. And knowing that in our community, I've heard so many people say, I don't have a job, I don't have a job, I don't have a job. And part of being prepared to get a job is being able to complete some of these programs that you have. Because I know you have things like welding,
Oh,
you have
yes.
HVAC, you have plumbing. And I've heard people say, if we had those skills, but maybe they can't afford it.
Right.
And so after having many conversations with you and then many conversations with the citizens, one of the things that I wanted to do was make sure we promoted that, making sure we get our community workforce ready.
Right.
I know we want companies to come in, but even if they come in and our people are not workforce ready, then we have a void there.
Exactly.
So to avoid that gap, I said, what can we do in order to partner with Pitt Community College? So that means as a city, if we're really invested in our people, we have to put our money where our mouth is.
Right.
And so that's what we decided to do. That was the last big push that I wanted to do as the mayor. When I was leaving out, I said, you know what? You got to always leave a seat better than you left it
Right.
when you first got into it. So I said, one of the biggest needs that I still see is people need skills. They need to be able to be workforce ready. So when you start looking at workforce development, I thought about it, and then after having conversations with you, I said, we don't want people to not say, I can't take it because the lack of funds.
Right.
Because there's going to be a larger return on the investment for the city as a whole, because now we've taken someone that was normally not working and put them into the situation of being able to work, and then they're paying taxes. So there's still reciprocal effect coming back to the city.
Right.
And when I think about that, that's less crime. The more people you have working, it's a win-win for everybody.
Now, one of the things that I guess I wanted to get across is the information and how to get to the information for the classes. I mean, and you know, we're hearing you discussed about the workforce, and you know, and people need to understand what it is to understand to be workforce ready.
Yes.
Because yes, there are jobs out there, and there's frustration out there where people
Yes.
can't get jobs, and they say, well, everybody's saying there's jobs out there, but nobody's hiring and all this stuff. Well, that's not true. What you have to understand, you have to have some, you got to get some training.
Yes.
It's just a different day and time, and this is how it works. You have to got to bring something to the table, and those are the work skills. Now, with this certificate program that you guys have collaborated with us on, funds for, and people will apply for the funds and be granted scholarships based on need there. But again, it's a great partnership because we have a lot of the positions training that people are looking for.
Yes.
We're doing the as you stated, we have the welding,
which I think I might want to take, but go ahead.
okay. We have the electrical, basic electrical. We have basic heating and air, which people call HVAC. We are looking to do a masonry class over in Farmville. And
that's the bricklaying.
That's the bricklaying for somebody. I always kind of like to keep it simple, bricklaying, basic bricklaying. We're looking to do that class in Farmville. And we're absolutely looking to do a meat cutting class in Bethel.
Okay.
And,
that's a dying breed, ain't it?
It's a dying breed,
oh,
but
yeah.
Betsy the cow gonna have to go.
Right, and somebody still needs to do it. So that means there's a wonderful possibility for a job.
Right.
And see, with those things, just think about everything you named, and look at what's happening within the city of Greenville.
Right.
Development, development, development.
We're actually looking into now. I think we're looking for a place to hold a framing class to help frame buildings. That's one of the needs of the constructioneer had talked to us about, a need for people who can frame. So we're actually looking to start that class also. But we're asking people to come to Pitt Community College. We're asking you to make the phone call. I'm going to give you, if you got your pen and paper, take down the number of 252-493-7388. 493-7388. Now, ever who answers that phone, you can tell them what you're looking for, and they're probably going to send you either to myself, they're going to send you to either Miss Gail Nichols, but I guarantee you someone is going to help you. And what I wanted to probably just get into is probably the qualification of this, because I know you guys have entrusted this, to us and said, hey, let's get these people trained.
Right.
And with that, you don't really have to have, what I want you to bring to the table is an attitude to learn, an attitude to want it. A great attitude you can get this. That's what we're looking for. Okay.
Right.
So if for some reason you dropped out of high school, or some reason you graduated from high school and you need the training, or if some reason that you may have had flaws on your background, you may have been incarcerated and now you need a second chance. Guess what? The city of Greenville and Pitt Community College we're offering you also that second chance. So we're looking for people who want to train.
And that's the key thing. People have to want it.
Have to want it.
Because we can't make anybody, but what we can do is make it more accessible and make it easier so that we can eliminate the excuse that there are no jobs. Because I've been talking to several companies. They're looking for people left and right. We have companies. We have 2 companies that just expanded within about 2 months of each other. And with expansion comes jobs.
Right.
And I think being able to take any of these trainings, even the Career Readiness Certificate program, shows that I'm ready to go back to work. Because that certification is key for many companies. They say they look for that.
They look for that.
And I'm almost thinking I need to go back and take it as well. I mean, I know I'm already working and been working, but I try to tell people, if you're serious about it and you really want a job, then you need to make sure you consider. And I'm encouraging everyone to make sure they call you guys. We're showing that investment.
Right.
Because it's in our people. But the people, you got to make sure you want it and take advantage of it. And I think that this is awesome, you having me here on the program, so that we can continue to get the word out. Because I've heard people say, I didn't know. I didn't know anything about it.
Exactly.
So I'll be sharing all of this again, and tweeting it, and Instagram, and Facebook, and Snapchat. And
well, we want to make sure that they understand that. You touched on something when you talked about the CRC. Now it's called the NCRC, but that Career Readiness Certificate is key. A lot of companies say, hey, we want to use that, and it's offered at Pitt Community College. So you will go in and you will ask about that. A lot of people have heard about that, but if you have not, it's a nationwide certification. Once you take it here, it's nationwide, but a lot of local companies are asking for this. So, but with that also, we now once if you get involved in any of these classes, you also need to know more about how you can enhance who you are or what you do at Pitt Community College with other classes that are, we have classes like human resource development classes, which are fee waived, which means you can take the classes pretty much at no cost to you by qualifying, of course, but most people do. And these classes, we can do anything from resume writing to help you prepare for an interview. It doesn't matter how. We need to know.
Removing barriers. That's what we're doing.
What is stopping you from getting a job? Are you afraid when you go into an interview? You don't know what kind of questions are coming at you. You don't know how to answer questions. You may not even know how to dress for an interview or whatever the community needs. That's what we can do in the HRD program. So we can tie that into these classes for people that need that. So much is going on with this, and we're so delighted to have you guys on as partners. The summer program is coming up where our kids in workforce development will the Youth Next Gen program.
I'm excited about that. You know, we have several youth that were working at City Hall.
Yes,
and I got to know them very well. And we looked at statistics in a meeting the other day, and it talked about the success rate of those individuals who worked in summer jobs. And it was a wonderful success rate. And from there, some people have used that as a springboard to gain other employment. And so we have some individuals. We just heard another success story about someone going to East Carolina University full-time in a job as the city being a springboard for that summer program.
Right.
So we're excited to make sure that that starts up again for this summer, and we're looking at expanding to include more, because when you give someone something to do where they're learning skills and earning money at the same time, you take away some of those things that might lead them down the path of doing things that might not be so productive, and that might cause further situations or problems for them. So I know parents love it.
Yes.
When their kids can go and work.
And I want to emphasize that, you know, this is probably one of a few programs, if any other, for summer. So, and I'm telling you now, you probably need to call the number that I just talked to you about.
And give them that again.
Yes, 493-7388, and ask about the Next Gen Summer Youth Work Program. Okay, because of the fact that you have to qualify for the program to be able to work in the program this summer, and it's a year-round program. It doesn't mean that at the end of the summer, some of the students got a chance to stay and continue to work. But
and the city just picked up the tab from there, so we got it.
Exactly.
So, but I just want to make sure people know, I've had people contacting me, and I have to make sure that I refer them to you all, because they have to go through that program for the screening. So if they contact you all and go through for the screening, then that gives them the ability to possibly be placed in some of these jobs. It's not through the city. We're just partnering with you guys.
We're partnering with Pitt, and so I want them to know, you know, you can't, and we are taking in-school youth as well as out-of-school youth. So, but if you're in school and you may be able to qualify for this program, you can't wait until you graduate and then call and say
it'll be filled.
Yeah, it's gonna be full. By the time you call and say my child needs to go to work, or can you get my child in the program? They need to call now. That number again, 493-7388. 493-7388. Yes, I said 493-7388. You know, and I'm not going to say it costs $19.95 either after this, but 493-7388. 493-7388. Call that number, ask about the Next Gen Summer Youth Program with the city of Greenville, so that you can, so these kids, so they can get registered. They have to be able to qualify for the program. That's about a 1.5 to 2 week process turnaround, so they need to be getting involved now. Can't tell you how crucial that is to get involved now. 493-7388.
And I like that, because I've heard the old adage that you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink.
Exactly.
And so what we're doing is we're providing the water.
Right.
It's up to you if you're going to drink from it.
Right.
So if you're saying your child needs a job for the summer, if you're saying that you need to go and take that career readiness program, if you're saying that you need to take some of the other opportunities out there like welding or HVAC, because that's booming within our city,
Right.
then it's there. The
Right.
water is there.
Exactly.
It's just up to you if you want to take those steps to get there. So I'm very excited about the partnership, and I'm very excited about Pitt Community College being willing to partner and just continue to give to the community, because you don't have to,
Right.
and you could be very exclusive. But I like how you started when you said we have everything except one seat.
Right.
And that's yours,
That's
with
seat.
your name on it.
We can't give your seat away.
And I'm thinking that's my seat with my name on it for welding, because for some reason, I mean, I know there's a lot of money in it.
Right.
And there's a shortage.
There's a shortage of them. Yes, it is. And that's the thing about a lot of these jobs. If you can go in and just learn enough to get you started, and you have that aptitude to learn, you can't be stopped.
Right.
You can't be stopped, because you know when you start learning your stuff and know your stuff, you can't be stopped.
That's
the only person that stops you
is you.
That's
it.
And we have to stop that. But we certainly thank you again for what you do. And we also thank City Council and now the new mayor also, who has, you guys have really jumped on board with this.
Yeah.
And for a minute or so, I definitely want you to explain that this is not a one-time deal.
Oh, no.
From the city.
See, when we started looking and saying, what can we do to make sure our people are ready? And after much research and hearing about things, I knew that we needed to make sure we developed a workforce, because another part of it is we were trying to recruit companies.
Right.
Well, we don't want to recruit companies but not have workers.
Right.
And so I said, well, let's start with taking care of our people. And our new mayor, PJ Conley, his motto is Greenville means business.
Right.
So part of Greenville means business is the segue from getting our workforce ready in order to go into these companies.
Absolutely.
And that means the current companies that we have, which we have many who are looking for individuals, but also any that we try to recruit.
Right.
And so one of the biggest things that we are hearing is that we need people to come to work. We need people to be willing.
Absolutely.
And this partnership is awesome. So everybody is excited about it. No one hesitated. All of the council members got on board and said it makes sense.
Right.
Because what we're doing is putting people first.
Exactly.
And if you put people first, then everything else will work out. And so we're very, very excited about it. And we're looking forward to not only to start now, but within our next budget year.
Right.
We're also looking forward to making sure we allocate funds,
Right.
because we want people to know this is not a one-time thing, and
Exactly.
we're just not doing this
My
just so we can.
excitement.
Yeah, I mean, we're not doing this just so we can get attention.
Right.
We're doing this for the people.
Right.
Because if you look at the city, you look at the government and what it's developed for. It's developed for the people.
Right.
We work for the people. And what we have to do is make sure that we're giving back and letting them know we're investing in you because you're investing in the city. And that's our way of making sure we do that. So we knew we were at the end of our budget year,
Right.
but we knew the classes would be starting soon. So we didn't want to miss that opportunity.
Right.
So that's why we said, let's go ahead and allocate those funds now. But we do know we have a new budget cycle coming, and we want to do the same thing, because if we don't continue that and build upon that, then we're going to have all these vacancies with no people.
Right.
And we don't want that as an issue. And so I thank you, though, because if you wouldn't have been forthright with sharing the information about what the needs are and what you do have to offer. Now, that was a wonderful thing. When I heard about all those, I was like, what way can we partner? And I've travel a lot, and I go to a lot of the conferences with the National League of Cities, and I've heard different people partnering with their community colleges. And so that was just wonderful.
Right.
that you said, let's do this together. And then talking to our current mayor now, PJ Conley, I was like, Mayor Conley, do you have any problems? He said, I think it's excellent. It's key for us to invest in our people, because
Right.
that means anybody that we recruit in the future, our people will already be ready. And we don't want to wait and be behind the 8 ball. We want to be proactive, because I always say it's better to be proactive than having to be reactive.
Right.
And this is a way to be proactive. And then I like that you said second chances. Those individuals say, man, I got into some trouble. Well, this is your opportunity now. Turn that around. Don't live off excuses.
Right.
I've often heard excuses are tools of the incompetent. And those who specialize in them, they seldom accomplish anything. So
Right.
now put those excuses behind you, step up to the plate, call that number, and make sure that you apply yourself. With all this growth and the buildings that we're having within Greenville, most of the things that you name, those are the positions that's needed.
Right.
I don't want people from Ohio and New York and Connecticut having to come here and fill the jobs that the people right here in the city of Greenville and surrounding areas within Pitt County can fill.
And you know, and to just piggyback off that before we close out, to people, you have to want this and understand. You come and get it, and please, you with the aptitude and the attitude, we can do this together, and that's what this is about. Do it together here. There's not a fanfare here. We need to help, and that's what we're trying to do. So we want to thank you and the City Council, the City of Greenville, for their generosity and picking up the ball with this and running with it. And we're going to do everything we can to make sure. But again, that number is 493-7388, 493-7388, and 493-7388. Call that number. If you have someone, pass out the number. Please let them know about these programs. And Ms. Smith, thank you again.
No problem. I just challenge everybody. Each one, reach one. Because even if we did that, we'll get more people being interested. So it's about education. Share this information. That's what I want people to do. And I thank you guys for your partnership and what you do at Pitt Community College. And I say keep doing what you're doing. And that partnership is awesome. And we're excited. Yes. We're excited.
And one of the main things that I want to let people know, if you get into this program, this could lead to more. If you say, for instance, if you're in the welding program, it's a certificate program, but guess what? You can move on into the curriculum program, and you can then complete a program where you can sit for your state certification. And so it's lots of opportunities out there, and we want to make sure that you get them. So, but again, we want to thank you for coming on the show. We look forward to having you again real soon. Probably have PJ. But hey, we are gonna continue to put this out because we want people to know what's going on with Pitt Community College. We have partners out there like the City of Greenville who they are outstanding in helping us reach you. So again, your seat is there. It will be there until you can get in that seat. So if it's today, tomorrow, the next day, the day after, I can't give away that seat. It probably would be illegal for me to give away your seat. It's there. Come and get it. So until next week, we'll see you with a brand new show.